Welcome, Leo. This is Eleanor with Peaches by Starlight Tarot here with your October 2022 tarot reading. I want to start off with your theme for the month. You have the goose feather and magenta. And so there's a potential portal widening for you to receive more insight and more communication that comes in without words. So there's also an awakening to a new truth. Not a new truth, but a new awareness. Something dormant is getting stirred up within. And it's kind of like this is like, it's the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands teaming up to act on something that's been calling you to explore it, even though you can't really explain why. And something that you once thought was impossible, it becomes possible here in October. There's travel, there's communication flowing. And even if you're traveling mentally or emotionally to places within your, psyche, it's like that you haven't visited in a long time, even if you aren't physically going anywhere. I can see some of you reconnecting to an old friend that you have never forgotten about, and it's a time of greater clarity, which sparks enthusiasm to try again on something. So for the good stuff coming in, let me get these straightened back out again. You have the Queen of Swords reversed, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Wands. And so there is some recognition or success coming in for navigating a tricky situation. See, that's this intuition working for you. It's showing you successfully silencing your mind so that you're able to choose from options without mentally overcomplicating it for yourself. It's like, okay, you know that scene in The Princess Bride where Inigo calls on his father to guide his sword so he can find the man in black, and it goes right into a tree, right? So he opens up his eyes and it's like, ugh. But then the tree opens up and they find the guy, right? So the Queen of Swords is him looking at that tree going, what the hell? And this makes no sense. And yet it turned out to be the right choice. And so it's a scenario like that where you bypass or overcome that voice telling you that your instinct is wrong, because on the surface it's nonsense. It isn't. And your intuition gets it proven right in some way, possibly in a very public way. I'm also seeing for some of you, your imagination getting kicked into high gear, like being inspired to write your own fantasy series. It's like, well, it feels like we keep getting prequels on prequels and spin-offs and expansions of existing franchises. You might have your very own entirely refreshingly new world to share with us. And this doesn't really seem applicable to love, but unless you're going into, I don't know why I'm getting something so weird and specific, but in the going into the adult film industry, and I'm not even kidding, I don't see intimacy. I see a public display of taboo fantasy almost. But what it all boils down to is a reward for a job well done from a deeply authentic and unquestioned well of insight. So for the tough stuff, you have the King of Pentacles reversed, the Magician reversed, and the Star. And so it does feel like you might have to undo or redo something here in October. Something has you feeling maybe a little bit stuck because there's more inspiration than money or resources to fund it or to bring it into being. And it's like, so you're like, I have everything figured out. I know what I want to do. Now, why can't I get an investor or anyone willing to give me a loan? And so that's the thing about instinct. It can be hard to convince someone else on the outside to get on board without some kind of invincible rock solid pitch. So you might be in that nothing but a wing and a prayer energy for now. I do see you keeping the faith though. Like nothing here is enough to destroy your hope. So it might be just a delay at this point. Like, did you see American Tail, that old cartoon, and the song Somewhere Out There? Like Fievel is looking up at the moon or whatever. He's seeing this. I'm seeing this for you and a loved one. You're apart from a loved one, but you're looking up at the same sky and thinking of each other, wishing you could either afford to travel or to make it happen somehow. Another thing I see is a little struggle around wanting to pursue this new path before having to do the work of making room for your harvest or reward. So like, are you searching for a new partner before you've broken up with your old one or the one you're not really connecting with anymore? Are you trying to get more credit when you still have a debt to pay off? It's kind of the unfun part that you have to do first. It really, other than that, seems not that, it's kind of minor. We all gotta, do the unfun stuff first. So your advice is the Chariot reverse, Ten of Cups, Two of Swords. They're saying to have patience. The end game here is seriously as good as it gets in the tarot. It's everything most people hope for. This is the happily ever after card pretty much. But something has to align first. And that's why the Magician is reversed up here, because you can't actually make it happen. There is nothing for you to actually do or create. With the Star, you have your intention set. You've placed your order to the universe. So you can't like actually drive to the Amazon warehouse and pick it up, much as you'd like to. They're saying to keep your eyes on the prize and to find joy in the process, because that's a major part of the total fulfillment package. It gives it so much more meaning. Like the longer you have to wait, the sweeter it's going to be, the higher you're going to value it, the closer you're going to cherish it. But it is coming. And once again, don't let your mind take the wheel over analyzing or rationalizing. That could make you turn back or fill you with doubt. So you don't need that in your life at this stage of the manifestation, because it's so close. Something is around you to fill you with joy right now. And they're asking you to see that and to connect with that joy, to love what is asking for your love right now. And that's the missing piece. That's the emotional oil in like the lamp that is your beacon to call in your desire. So that's what I have for you this month, Leo. And if it helped in any way, let me know by hitting that like button, and I will talk to you in November. Thank you.